Welcome to yet another episode of the Wrestling Bar with your co-host The Funk and your co-host P Coda. How are you doing, Phil?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah. Looking forward to this Mania card, man.
Mania car is getting closer. It's getting closer. Mania is right there in Vegas.
Oh, man. I looked at the card, man. I'll go over it real quick. So, we've got Undisputed Champion, WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes versus heel John Cena.
The American Nightmare
Versus heel John Cena. Women's World Champion, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair.
versus Rhea Ripley, possibly.
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 I don't think they're gonna leave Rhea out of Mania at this point, but who knows?
No, I think she's going to get added in.
Yeah,
They're setting it up.
yeah.
The Yeet Championship, Jey Uso versus Gunther. We have
Three-way.
Tiffany.
We have a big three-way you're forgetting about, which might be the main event of night one. Roman Reigns,
I didn't.
CM
Yes,
Punk, and Seth Rollins.
they're gonna kill each other.
Oh, yes.
We've got Tiffy
Mm-hmm.
versus Charlotte
It's Tiffy time.
and Randy versus KO. So,
And
which match did you want to talk about?
We also
first?
got Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Is that on the card yet?
I think so.
All right, I don't see.
Has to be. He called it out. I think they pointed at the sign and they said WrestleMania, all that stuff. So that's gonna be a
Okay.
WrestleMania match for sure.
I hope they do it. I don't see it on the website, but I hope they do it.
Yeah.
That'll be good for night one or even night two to just cool things down, right?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, two big, meaty men slapping meat.
it's gonna be good. I mean, Drew McIntyre needs some retribution for what happened at Mania last year. It makes sense. I love the fact that he wrote his story, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's really good at that.
Yeah.
Damian Priest, not so much.
It's what's it called? What they call it? Undertaker, emo Undertaker, or
Yeah,
Temu Undertaker, Temu Undertaker.
yeah. He just, I don't know. I feel like, and we can talk about that match first.
Yeah.
So McIntyre versus
Priest.
our buddy Damian Priest. I want McIntyre to win it because he's the chosen one. I want him to put a rocket on his back
He
and
has
just go
to.
get that title because he is he's long overdue for a real title reign in WWE. He's on SmackDown now, which is great. So that means he can legitimately go after Cody if Cody wins,
Mhm.
right? Legitimately take him out. He's going to destroy him on the promos. We know that. But anyway, I think it's a good setup.
Speaking of, right? When The Rock showed up at Bad Blood, he did this 3,
Yep.
right? On the Elimination Chamber, he did 2.
Yep.
There's one more act.
I'm
There's
loving
one
it.
more act.
I am waiting for that.
What if that last act is either Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton? But that to me would be ideal. One of those two.
Take my money.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I'm down with anything that The Rock is going to be willing to swerve
Yeah.
on us. Any swerve, any warning sign, any ounce of entertainment that you've got, Triple H and Rock, you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's what kept us watching through the 90s. I'm 40 years old. We're 40 plus, right?
Mhm.
Like that.
I don't know about you. I'm 25. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. But that's what's been keeping us watching, for the past 30 something plus years, right?
Yeah.
It's been the entertainment aspect, them setting up storylines, them giving us different angles and swerves. And oh my God, did you see who just showed up?
Yep.
Right. oh snap, And I mentioned something earlier today. I was like, Brock Lesnar, guys, is still on the roster. Like,
He is.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
that's not a mistake.
It's
That is
not.
not a mistake.
It's not a mistake. I
No.
love it.
Yeah.
So I want Drew McIntyre to get the dub because I don't feel like Damian Priest really needs a dub at Mania. Because you cashed in last year and you won it. You walked away with the title at Mania, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty climactic too when you did it. It was actually the sweet time to do it. It was you pulled a Seth Rollins on us. That was a good cash in, and we knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it still played out very well. So I like it. I want Drew McIntyre to go over.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre for this last year, he didn't go over. Well, he won the title, and then
He
he
won the
got cashed
title,
in.
and then he lost.
He went over a little
That was
bit,
amazing.
but 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes and something seconds.
Yeah.
So I want him to have a real legitimate run.
Dominant run.
Dominant, yeah, dominant.
Gunther, like, Roman Reigns, like something
Correct.
dominant. Yeah.
Not 3 years long. Like, we don't need that.
He has lost matches against Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso.
Yes.
He lost against.
Yes.
Like, come on, man.
Yes.
Was that necessary? Who
Yes,
did that
it
help?
was.
No,
Yes,
it wasn't. Who did that help? I hated that.
First of all, it's not about who wins and who loses, man. It's about the entertainment and the ride.
I know, but I was not entertained by it. I would have been entertained if Drew would have beaten Jimmy Uso at least. Jay, okay. I get it. But
so
Jimmy?
What you gonna do? Make him look all dominant, and then make him go lose to Cody?
No, not
I'm
that.
just saying,
I'm saying it's okay. Drew lost to Damon Priest when he cashed in, right?
Yeah.
He could lose to Jey Uso because he's on the road to WrestleMania to the world title. But
right.
Jimmy Uso, come on, man.
I like that.
Don't do that.
I like it. Big Jim. It's Big Jim.
Big D and Big Jim.
That's right. And there's rumors of talk that I saw a couple posts on it about the Yeet Championship, and then here comes Big Jim with the U.S. Championship again because he was a former U.S. champion.
He was.
It could happen. Who knows? But I do want Drew to get the win. I just don't feel like Damian Priest is just ready to be a champion again. I don't feel like his reign as champion was worse than Cody's reign as champion.
Yep.
We talk about like reigns getting stale and gimmicks getting stale and things of that nature. I think he's got to figure out what his niche is. He's come a long way on the main roster. I like his in-ring. He can wrestle.
Yeah, he can.
He's come a long way from the entertainment aspect so much. That show in Puerto Rico was great, right?
Yep.
Him as a heel is like really great. But like this face angle, he's got to get his for me, I really enjoyed Damian Priest when he was back in NXT.
Yeah, he got to start getting to those jacuzzis with the girls after the matches. He needs to do that,
Yeah. He just be the cool dude, He reminded me of a skinnier version, obviously, of Kevin Nash, right?
Yeah.
Skinnier, maybe a little shorter, but that's the type of angle.
Cool.
We loved him. We loved him.
Yeah.
We loved him back in the 90s, man. Ate that stuff up. And he was so unpredictable. We never knew what he was going to do, what angle he was going to push. That's why we loved him so much in NWO, right?
Yeah.
Big guys just slapping meat. So I'm looking forward to that match, even though I know it won't necessarily be great for Damian Priest, but it's a good Mania exposure for him as a singles competitor, and I want to see it unfold.
Yeah, I totally agree. Drew needs to win this one. I mean, after losing to the Usos and losing the Rumble, and the way he did lose the Rumble, which was
the Chamber,
and the Chamber as well. Was he the first one pinned? I think he was, right?
Yes, by Damian Priest on some stupid roll-up stuff.
Yeah, they have done him. They have done him so wrong.
Well,
so he deserves a win at Mania.
It's the price we pay for Cody and John Cena going heel. You gotta have a yin and a yang, man. You gotta have some disappointment, and you gotta have some swerve. I mean, that's just how it is, man. It gets emotions either way.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of McIntyre getting the dub.
How about
Which
Orton and Kevin
I was
Owens?
gonna say that's the next one, man. I really want. Um, I know Orton's gonna win because Orton's going back to this place with the punting and everything else, and that's good for him. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I'm sick and tired of Kevin Owens getting buried. He like in the big matches. I'm not talking about his fight versus Sammy. That was all well and great. We love to see him fight Sammy. It's a Taylor. It's a tale as old as time, right? We can just write down up. It's 12 noon. He's gonna fight Sammy, right? Up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
12 noon. They're gonna work together and have a WrestleMania moment, right? That Mania moment was great, but I'm just tired of him losing as a singles competitor. It's very frustrating to me. I want him to get a dub. I really want to see him go heel. I would have loved for him to actually have won that title with the when he was fighting Cody with the Winged Eagle, because that was like A plus. Because we hadn't seen the Winged Eagle in so long. You brought it
Mhm.
back. You made a story around the Winged Eagle for a while. You had 2 championships. I mean, we got to think about that. That doesn't always happen every time, right? We
Right.
had the
Right.
think about ladder matches, right? The first ladder match, I sent it out to the group earlier last week, and it was like Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, right? And the crazy match they put on in the first ever ladder match, right? With the 2 Intercontinental Championships just hanging in the balance, right? That type of emotion, that type of drive, um, and of course that type of arena, because that was Madison Square Garden. This was Toronto, right?
Mhm.
Um, I'm sorry, for Royal Rumble, it was in Indianapolis where it
Minneapolis. Yeah.
happened, but sorry, Chamber was in Toronto.
Yeah.
Um,
Chamber.
just those types of emotions, like, kind of keep the crowd going, and I just want him to get a win at Mania because
But
he
he's not
hasn't got a
gonna.
singles win at Mania.
But look at this story or this pitch. He gets pumped at Mania because we want to see that, right? We want Orton back to his punting ways, and Orton needs the win. He's been gone for a long time, right? He just beat. Who did he beat at SmackDown? His first Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes, right? So that was a warm-up match. Warm-up
Yeah,
match.
yeah,
Carmelo Hayes. I like that guy a lot. I think he can be a main player.
yeah.
But good match. Orton wins
Right,
at Mania against Kevin Owens. Gets that revenge, right? Because
right,
Kevin Owens did the pile driver, took him
right,
out for a couple months. Kevin Owens goes away for a month or two. Let us miss
mhm,
him.
right,
And then he goes to Raw because I don't know if the draft is going to happen or if they
right.
even care about it anymore. But he goes to Raw and he takes the world title from Jey Uso.
Or he takes the title off of Cody in his punting ways.
Oh, he's not going to go back to. No, I'm talking about Kevin Owens.
Oh, KO.
Kevin Owens,
Oh,
KO. Yeah.
if
KO,
KO,
KO goes away because he was punted, right?
yeah.
And stay away for a couple months, a
Oh
month
yeah,
or 2 months until, Jey Uso gets a couple title defenses, right? And then, KO has beef with Jey Uso because of the
oh yeah,
bloodline.
oh yeah, oh
A lot
yeah,
of history,
oh yeah,
there.
oh yeah.
And then KO can get rewarded for all his good work with the World Heavyweight Championship.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
yeah, that would
That'd be
be
dope.
good. That
That'd be
would be
dope.
good.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
Sign me up. The Heat title does not need to be a year-long title reign.
correct, correct.
Okay, I said that when we initially talked about the Heat title and him winning the Rumble, right?
Yep, yep.
Because we know we do not need to have a year-long title reign with the Heat title.
No,
I'm just being no,
no, no, no,
no.
no.
And I'm not even a fan of Cody Rhodes having a title for a year, let alone this guy. But only because of the wrestling aspect of it,
Yeah,
right?
Gase is not very good
He's
in
not
the
the
ring.
best wrestler in the world.
Jimmy's better than him.
He is.
Do you see? Do you see what they posted that he tripped on the rope like top flopper, tripped
Yeah.
almost, and then Jimmy the next show he did the move and he's like, that's,
I saw that.
that's
I saw
so
it.
good. That is so good.
But hey, it's not just about your wrestling ability. It's about your ability to win the crowd, get a
Yes.
reaction,
And that jit
right?
movement, the jit movement.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. I see
It's
myself
crazy.
in a hotel room jitting by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just pumping up.
Talking about Jay Uso, they said that maybe Sexy Red might be doing his intro for him at WrestleMania. So he's got
Please,
superstars.
please no.
I
Please.
think it was her and who
Oh
else? He had
God.
asked a bunch. I think he asked Cardi B and a few
Oh
other
my God.
superstars to do
Cardi
his.
B, yes, but
He
sexy.
asked a
Who?
few. He asked a few. He threw it
Where
out
did
there. Hey,
Sexy Red came from?
hey,
Like what the
hey,
hell?
hey. So hey, I mean, he had who else came out before? Was it Travis Scott at Monday Night Raw with
Travis Scott.
hey, because you got to be able to do that too, right? You got to be able to do the crossover too, right?
Yeah,
Into
yeah,
pop
yeah,
culture, and we like that, right?
yeah,
Um, it draws numbers, but that's the business aspect of it. Hey, it is
yeah,
what it is.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but so I do want Jey Uso to win it. I do. I wouldn't mind if KO won it. I wouldn't mind if Randy Orton went back to his heel punting ways and went after and took the title from Cody. I'm fine
Oh
with that too.
yes, I won that. I won
I'm
that.
fine with it.
I won that.
I support that 100%. Because
Yep.
we all know that if it's between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton 1-on-1, Cody Rhodes is not walking out.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope. He's not.
so my previous episode we talked about protecting Cody. Yes, you've been protecting Cody from people like Randy Orton and a real Brock Lesnar. Like, just anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We talked about Cody. We talked about who we want to win Cody versus John Cena.
Yeah.
Talked about why, we talk about Tiffy versus Charlotte.
I don't see any scenario where Charlotte doesn't win the title.
Oh man.
I
Oh
mean,
man.
Charlotte is the boss. I mean, she's something else. And
I,
Tiffany, she's great in the ring.
she is.
She has shown some deep weaknesses on the
She
microphone.
has.
With
Oh man.
against Charlotte, Charlotte is running circles around her.
That promo on Friday was absolutely brutal. I
Brutal.
do see a way that Tiffy could win though. And
I
hear me
mean, she
out
can
now.
always win. Yeah, she can always win, but
No. Maybe not on her own.
hmm.
She formed a great relationship with Trish Stratus at Elimination Chamber.
Hmm.
And Trish may come out and screw Charlotte.
To have Charlotte versus Trish at Payback or something.
I'm just saying.
Maybe. But
Yeah.
Charlotte is what? It's how many times she has won the world title? 15 times?
15 times, brother.
I think she needs to break Ric Flair's record, not John Cena. She needs to break it.
I agree.
She needs to break it.
I agree with that. But I still feel the same way I feel about Cody Rhodes in this title right now. So, if y'all want to forget about Rick, super heel. he actually, I think they said that him, Stone Cold, and Ric Flair actually have contracts signed to come at Mania. So
Really?
that should be great. That should be great.
That would be great. That would be great. I'm
And
surprised
again,
about Ric Flair because I thought he was with AEW, but just until recently, maybe he's out of that contract
yeah,
already.
maybe he's out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have to look back.
there's
Do more
rumors about
research.
Sting also coming for the Hall of Fame induction, and he's under AEW contract. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
What's next?
The
Jey
next
Uso
one,
versus Gunther, world title.
I say yeet. I love Gunther.
Yeah.
I love him. I really do. But yeet all day. I really love Gunther, but I want him to lose the title because he can gain it back whenever he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
He's that dominant. Like, and I really want him if they did a draft and he went over to SmackDown, take the title off whoever wins this title match. He could beat John Cena for that title.
Mm-hmm.
He's that talented. And I don't mean that. I really believe in my heart of hearts that Gunther can truly beat anybody on the roster. I really do. In a wrestling ring where the ring is sacred, this guy can do so much. He's amazing in the ring.
He's very credible. He's very credible. Everything he does it well.
He does.
I would love to see him against Brock Lesnar at some point.
Me too.
Maybe Brock Lesnar's retirement match could be against Gunther.
I don't know about that.
I mean, could be.
I want Lesnar to go over on his retirement match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the beast incarnate. Like, let him do it. He's the beast. I'm not mad about it. And I mean,
usually they put someone over right before they retire. So that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. So. I'm okay with him losing the title because I know that he could win it back. He's that great.
Yeah.
He would be one of my choices for like Money in the Bank, even though he doesn't need it. Why? Because he needs the stat, right? Not because he couldn't do it on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Sheamus did the same thing. Sheamus never needed the title. Like, Sheamus never needed Money in the Bank.
Right.
Drew McIntyre doesn't need Money in the Bank, right? Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton does not need Money in the Bank. Brock Lesnar does not need Money in the Bank.
No.
Dominic
needs it.
Dominic needs it 100%.
Yes.
Not because he can't wrestle, but because he gets so much of a reaction from the crowd that this would just skyrocket his ass. It would just be so great.
It would be amazing if he takes the title from Jey Uso with a Money in the Bank cash-in, with everyone jeering, jeet and all that love for Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And then Dominic comes in and takes the title from him. That would be really, really good.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. So I could see that happening. What other match do we have that we didn't cover?
We got the three-way. Roman Reigns,
three-way.
Punk, and Seth freaking Rollins.
Well, we didn't talk about Io either and her match, but so yeah, Roman, Seth, and CM Punk. Whew. I'll tell you this. I don't believe that Roman Reigns is going to get pinned this year at WrestleMania. One of the two of them are going to get pinned. I don't think he's going to get pinned. He may not win the match.
But he's not going to get pinned. Yeah, Rollins is getting pinned.
But he's not going to get pinned.
I know Rollins is getting pinned. Unless Heyman turns on both of them.
CM Punk,
But CM Punk just lost the steel cage match against Rollins. He did lose.
He did lose.
Yes.
He did lose. Because Roman threw him out. I love it.
But he has that loss, right?
He did not lose.
He didn't win the chamber.
Correct.
So, and if this is the main event of Mania, Punk has something that the others don't have.
Yep.
That's a favor.
Correct.
From Heyman. So what that favor is, he has to cash it in on Mania. I mean, where else would you cash it in? That favor.
I want to see what that favor is going to be too. It's an entertaining aspect of it. They actually took the time. They made a storyline.
Aren't three ways in WWE no DQ, no disqualification?
Correct. They're no DQ. So
anyone could come in and interfere in favor of Punk. Someone that is a Heyman guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Brock Lesnar.
And Brock Lesnar.
I can see that. That I could see Punk going over at Mania. He's never had a main event at Mania.
Never.
I I like the role that CM Punk is playing in WWE, and I have since he's come back.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting fire promos, nowhere near the title,
Nowhere.
right? Nowhere, not a number one contender match.
No.
Every time that happens, he gets screwed over. Just, yup, I like it. It keeps him hungry. It keeps him in the hunt. It keeps him relevant. People have been able to, really get over like Drew McIntyre,
Yep.
Seth. I mean, just keeping him relevant. I mean, because we've been protecting Cody for this whole year from people. I'm just being honest. From people like Seth, Roman running it back, from Drew McIntyre.
But he's your champion. You protect him. He's your champion. Of course you protect him. He's Cody Rhodes.
Anyway. We talked about that one till like the cows come home.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be upset if Punk went over on Rollins. I'd be pissed off if he went over on Roman.
What if Brock Lesnar?
Really want Roman
what if
to
Brock
win.
What if Brock Lesnar F5s Roman and then Punk spins him? That would be a good reason for Punk to go over like that.
Maybe. I'd be a little pissed. I'd get over
because
it.
Why not Rollins, right? Why not F5 Rollins, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
I get over Roman really outside, quick. Keep him outside, right?
Right. Let something happen, blah, blah, blah. Because my thing is Roman Reigns, and I've publicly told y'all, like, Roman in this last title reign that he had, I go back and watch a lot of these matches that he had as champion, Universal Champion. I watched some of the Raws and SmackDowns and just how dominant that title reign really was, right? A reign that was close to Hogan's title reign. Like, I think we really witnessed one of the best storylines in sports entertainment.
Yeah,
I can truly say that bloodline it's amazing. And what he did, it was believable. Mm-hmm. He brought the family in there. It was personal. He had Heyman. He had new recruits, right? Solo Sikoa and and Sammy, and I can appreciate what he brought to the table. And I know that he hasn't defended, and there was a lot of feedback about him, how many defenses he had versus Hogan in that time frame.
Yeah.
We have to understand that there was no internet.
Yep.
They were literally doing shows every night for years on end, right? Mm-hmm. And they weren't selling out tickets the way that they're selling them now, right? It wasn't the same way. So different times. But I really appreciate Roman for what he is. And honestly, Roman, if you're listening to this podcast, you are on my Mount Rushmore of superstars. And I genuinely respect what you do in the ring. People are critics of his wrestling style, whatever. This bloodline stuff, I wasn't a big fan of Roman Reigns with the big dog and the dog food matches and everything else. Nope, not a fan. The Shield was great. All three of them in the Shield were awesome, right? I love the Shield. It was great. But you taking it to the next level with the bloodline and really being able to run that story and it's still going on, right? In certain angles.
Yeah, it is.
It's great. And I'm entertained and I love it. But so I don't want him to get pinned. I don't mind if Punk goes over, but I don't want Roman to get pinned. Mm-hmm. Because he got pinned last year.
Yeah.
And you're in my way in life.
He got pinned by Solo after that.
Huh?
He got pinned at Mania by Cody. Yeah. He got pinned by Solo. I think it was on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So he's gotten pinned afterwards.
Yeah.
At least 2 times.
Yeah, that's not Solo pinning him is fine. Right. Because it's bloodline.
Yeah.
It's okay.
In the family.
It's in the family. It's all right.
All right.
Right?
So we don't care about Bianca and Io and Rhea
Actually,
Ripley.
actually, no. I want to save one of the best matches I believe in my heart for last. That's that match. I really think that could be a Mania main event too.
Yeah.
3 women that came from NXT, right? 3 of the most talented women, originals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not, I mean, Io had a career
Io,
prior
yeah,
to,
yeah. Io
but
was
really
from
coming up through the
Stardom.
NXT ranks, right?
Mm-hmm.
NXT, hardcore, making it to the main, standing on their own characters, developing their own characters, seeing the evolution of all 3 of those women at this point. Um, Definitely Rhea Ripley. I mean, she's obviously a superstar. Bianca Belair, obviously a
Bianca, obviously
superstar.
superstar.
Um, but Io also, not wanting to be disrespected. Um, really working hard through the language barrier at the time. Back in the day in NXT.
Yeah, yeah.
A phenomenal performer by leaps and bounds.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction for that match, it's really hard.
It's hard. That's a hard
It's
one.
really hard. It's really hard. I want Bianca Belair to win and go over and be the champion again, just because I feel like for the last year she's been held into this
Tag
tag
team.
team role, which is nothing wrong with it. It was
Yeah,
great with
yeah,
her and Jade. They
yeah, yeah.
built a
It was awesome.
storyline
It was
around
awesome.
it.
Yeah, but it's a step
But
back from what she was.
right.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and see where this goes. Io, you're a great champ. I'm not no disrespect. But I think that the other 2 women right now, her and Rhea, are really picking up in the promo department, in the charisma department, and the superstar department. And I think she's being a little overshadowed.
They're at another level. Rhea and Bianca,
Yeah.
they're at a different
I
level.
really wanted to see Rhea versus Bianca. And we may get that too because the title's on the line on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But
So Monday's gonna be Io against Rhea Ripley again.
Yes.
Huh.
And Bianca's going to be the special guest referee.
Huh. That's gonna be interesting.
So Rhea could get added to the match. I want her to get added to the match because she's a megastar. You're not going to take her away. You're keeping the title relevant by adding her to the match.
Yeah. My prediction for that match is that Io is gonna retain, and that's just to help Io because neither Bianca nor Rhea needs the title.
I agree.
Yeah, that will help Io Sky a lot, right? That will help her a lot,
especially at Mania. It would.
Yeah, that will help her a
Mania
lot.
dub would be yeah. And maybe at Backlash something happens later
and if
on.
she loses, that would hurt her a lot on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I gotta agree. That's why I said it's really hard for me. I want Bianca to win.
Yeah.
But she doesn't need a win at WrestleMania. And neither does Rhea.
No.
Rhea had a win last year.
Yeah.
Bianca's had a main event, WrestleMania win.
Right.
She doesn't need it.
And this would, give a lot more credibility to Io, which she needs it at this point, even though she's not good in the microphone.
Right.
And maybe they do something like Dakota Kai helps her, or Kairi Sane, or Asuka, or whatever. Maybe some return from damage control.
Right.
They can do it that way, but I think that will help her a lot.
Agreed. Yeah. I do want her to win. My issue with her winning was, and I picked Bianca because she won the Chamber. You know what I mean? Like, she literally, if you watch, I went back and I watched the Chamber a couple weeks ago just to, I always try to, we always try to go back and rewatch them. Yeah. But I went back and did my rewatch, and
we're sickos like that.
We're saying we are
like that.
definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. We love to watch it the first time. It's great to watch it live. You know, we caught in the moment. Yeah. But the second time, I feel we take a more of an analytical approach. We really take this approach that we can give you guys this content, right?
Yeah.
This is really where, for me, this is where like my ideas of storylines start dwindling in, and when I rewatch, right? And I just see her. She went through hell in that match. Bianca went through hell in that match.
That was an amazing match. That was a great match.
It was an amazing match. And I don't want to
It was better than the men's.
It was.
It was better than the men's.
100%. 100% from start. From not even when the bell rang.
Jade Cargill beating up Naomi. Yeah, that was beast.
That's good. Another match that's actually not on the website right now that I want to see.
But yeah, I don't know, and I wanted to talk what other matches you would like to see at Mania, right? That would be one, but didn't Jay already beat the shit out of Naomi in SmackDown like twice? Like not in a match, but she did beat her around the ring. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they might do it, and maybe they should, because that's a good story.
They should.
But
finish the story.
Yeah, finish the story, right?
And it's not even just the finish the story part. For me, it's more Jade needs a good singles dub at Mania. She's never had one.
Right.
Who better than Naomi, someone who we know is an excellent wrestler, will not hurt you, right? Mm-hmm. Let's be real. She has a great record. And can actually hold her own on a microphone too. She can hold her own on the microphone. She can hold her own in the ring.
Yep.
I don't think that should be too much for Jade from that perspective. Like, Jade's come a long way. Her match with Liv Morgan last week, amazing match.
Yeah.
Good job. Like, that was the stuff that dreams are made of over there. I'm like, wow, tear coming down my eye. Like,
good stuff. Yeah.
You're a superstar now. Yeah. Now let's make you a mega star that we know you can always be.
Yeah, she has come a long way.
So give it a dub. Give me a cool off match, right? I need a cool off match.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't have, we can't just start off with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Punk going at it. Like, we need some entertainment along the way.
Yeah.
Right? We need a ride, a journey.
Yeah. The other match I would like to see, it's LA Knight for the US title versus Jacob Fatu.
Oh my gosh.
That's the other match I would like to see.
I think it's going to be Solo versus Jacob Fatu.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. They've already been kind of
hinting,
rumbling a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
it could be. I just think it's too soon. I think it's just too soon for that, right? Because they still haven't developed all that story well. It would be, I think, too soon at this point. But yeah, that's gonna happen eventually. But I don't know if he's gonna be ready cook for Mania. Maybe Jacob doesn't win the title because Solo does some shit at Mania, right?
That'd be okay with me.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see LA Knight. I think he's gonna pull off a win at Mania if that's the case.
If that's the case, yeah.
If he fights the right opponent, I do see him going over. I do want him to elevate the US title a little bit and then transition to the main card where you need to be per your weight class.
Yeah.
I'm sick and I'll say it till the cows come home. I am sick and tired of wrestlers that are over 235 pounds going after mid-card titles. No offense to Braun Breaker. He's a beast. He's using it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I want to see you guys, big guys slapping meat.
Yeah.
Right? I want you to go after
heavyweight.
The world heavyweight titles. I want you to be the universal champions. Especially Knight. I do want to see him become universal or world heavyweight in the near future. At maybe next year, maybe the end of this year. He could even win Money in the Bank in my eyes. He has what it takes to be a superstar, and I respect him. So I like to see that fight. I like to see him in some type of action. The other fight that I want to see they haven't booked on here yet is, and they're setting it up, is Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. They're setting it up on Raw a little bit here and there. But I do want to see them go at
Bayley.
Bayley.
I love some Bayley, man.